I've started with a quote of an entrepreneur from an internet search. As it reads, a person who sets up a business or businesses, taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. This is a starting point for what the course is all about, but we of course go into much more detail. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes just going through what the course is, the type of things we cover, and what it's like to see if you're interested. This slide is showing images of a range of different entrepreneurs. Looking across them, you can see that there are so many different people on here. Part of the course is thinking about what makes all these people similar, what skills they've got, what qualities they've got, how they think. Part of the aim is to see whether that can be replicated and what you could do as an individual to try and put yourselves in their shoes. Our Enterprise and Entrepreneurship course is a BTEC course at Level 3. This means it's slightly different from the A level. Throughout the rest of this presentation, I'll be explaining what some of the key differences are and how that might benefit you. The course that we are offering at Gryphon is the Extended Certificate, which means that it's equivalent of an A-level course. It's made up of 4 units overall, 2 of which are coursework, 1 is a written exam, and 1 is kind of a hybrid, which is part of both. So you do some research beforehand, gets provided some further information on the day, and then you'll be creating your own work based upon that. You can see that of the 4 units that we have to cover, 3 of them we've got to do according to the course, so mandatory, and then we get a choice about what our final element will be. We try and choose the options to keep the course as rounded as possible and make sure that as students you'll be experiencing the widest possible range. So already we're going to focus on entrepreneurs, enterprise and what that means. You're going to do some marketing, and there's an exam on the element of finance. As explained earlier, this is actually a BTEC course, which means that we have some benefits over the traditional A levels. Firstly, that we can use coursework. That's actually very rare in most A levels at this current time. Half our assessment is coursework, some of it is a controlled assessment, and only 1 part is an exam. You can see that we also have flexibility over exams. BTECs offer or allow us to offer it in either January or the summer. So we can be flexible in that part, which means that there's a potential for resits. If you haven't got the results that you quite wanted, potentially we can reset a unit again and see whether you can get a higher grade because of it. We use all kinds of different ways of working within BTECs. These courses have been designed to be a bit more independent than an A-level might be, so it's going to be less sitting behind a desk taking notes and more students getting involved. So that means group work, it means research and presentations, it means class discussions, but also might mean you taking some notes. For the exam units, we're going to do lots of practice at exam questions, so you get really good at that. And for the coursework units, at some stage, you're going to have to do some coursework. This takes quite a bit of time, and you need to be the type of person who knows that you can be quite strict with controlling that yourself and making sure you actually get the work done. We're currently looking at the range of different types of work which students might cover across the course. The nature of the work is set is dependent on which unit it's going to be for. So when we're doing stuff for an exam, it might be some of it is making posters, filling out worksheets, doing information slides. It might be some of it is doing exam questions. As I've said, I want to give students a lot of practice so they can do really well at this in the exam. On the right hand side, we can see a bit of a screenshot from the coursework of one of our current students. This coursework's a lot of time to complete, and it shows the nature of the work which is going to be produced. So there's quite a lot of written work in there, so you need to be able to do that written work, and it's based entirely on the research that the students complete. If you don't do any research, you're really going to struggle at this. So you need to be able to go away, think about what you need to find out, go and do it, and then explain in your own words what it shows and why it's important. There are two of us who are delivering the course, myself and Mrs. Hodges, and we've each been delivering various BTEC courses for a long time. This one's relatively new to us because it is a new course from this year, but we're really enjoying doing it, and as business studies specialists, we're both relishing the opportunity to actually show some of our business studies knowledge as well. This fits quite closely with the business studies element. Students taking the BTEC option have all the same options that A-level students will have. So some will go off to university. They've been looking at this in the last couple of weeks and thinking about what they want to do. Often they're business studies related. Some are looking at apprenticeship schemes that they can sign up for, and they've got a bit of an idea about which areas they are or they're not interested in, and others will look at jobs that they might want to do instead. As a business studies course involves lots of independent research and ability to form a portfolio of work in terms of the coursework, these are skills which either employers, apprenticeships or universities are really looking out for. There should be skills which make it easy for our students to go and show how good they are and convince people they're the right candidate for them.